The information in this podcast is for educational purposes only. You should consult your doctor, specialist, or physical trainer for advice on your physical wellness goals before you plan to follow any of the suggestions or recommendations in this podcast.
Hello.
Hola.
Marhaba.
Welcome to the
Astro About Wellness podcast. Join me, Syazana Sani, and the Astro Duo,
Azfar Azman,
And Azimah Azman.
your host from
New York.
Let's strive to educate, regenerate, and elevate family institutions through optimal productivity and wellness education, one episode at a time.
Are you ready?
To listen to inspirational stories of trust, respect, acceptance, integrity,
Love.
and social responsibility for multicultural families and special need communities?
Sit back and relax and be inspired by the awesome people that we highlight in the first segment of the podcast.
Welcome back to the Astro About Wellness podcast. This episode is co-sponsored by Hardi Kamsani and my dad, Azman Repin. Thank you and may God bless you.
Hello. May peace be upon you.
You are listening to the 32nd episode of the podcast with me, Syazana, and the Astro Duo, Azfar and Azimah.
In segment 1, last week, we shared about hiking in Singapore at the Bukit Timah Nature Reserve.
With my former colleague turned good friend, Noor. Going out on that hiking trip plus lunch together was a great example of the mutual trust, respect, acceptance, integrity, and love we had in our friendship, which began in 1998. That's 24 years and counting.
MashaAllah. How amazing.
Alhamdulillah, praise and thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, Azimah, what activity shall we highlight in this episode?
How about archery?
Oh, excellent choice. For the past 4 years, Azimah has been watching Turkish movies and drama series where the actors and actresses used bows and arrows for hunting and in battlefields. She's been asking for a lesson in archery for so long.
Yeah.
Yup, I know.
Azfar and I want to make you feel respected, accepted, and loved. After all, respect, acceptance, and love are 3 of the 6 family values in the TRAILS acronym. So, during our recent home trip to Singapore in February, Azfar and I found some time to shoot arrows with Azimah at the Traditional Archers Singapore, located in Punggol.
Aw, I'm so touched. Huggy.
Since 2011, Traditional Archers Singapore exists to rediscover and revive traditional Asiatic archery in Singapore. They organize meet and greet sessions, conduct formal courses, and offer competitive coaching for pathways to traditional archery festivals worldwide. Now, Azimah, tell us about your experience shooting arrows there.
First of all, we had a funny, cute, and friendly coach. Her name is Farah. I want to thank Sister Farah for coaching us. Woohoo!
Yeah, I agree 100%. Coach Farah is the sister to our podcast guest speaker and fitness guru, Coach Zarina from New York City.
Big thanks to Coach Zarina for connecting us to Coach Farah.
Next, what skills and knowledge did you gain from the 1-hour archery lesson?
I learned a few things in archery. In this episode, I want to share that I learned how to string the bow properly, how to pull the arrow correctly, and how to shoot the arrows and aim at the target.
I remember that we all learned to be patient when we were trying to pick a new skill and acquire new knowledge in archery.
Okay, let's listen to the audio recordings. Woohoo! Enjoy!
So what happened is actually we always call this the seven. You see this line on your thumb? You feel it, there's actually a bone. So that bone is actually going to sit on the string. Your index finger will cover your thumbnail. So this technique actually is used by horseback archers. Firstly because of the stability. Never point arrows at others lah. So that's why I have to be this way. So later on, you will knock your arrows this way. Your thumb, put it directly underneath the arrow. So Azfar can see that. So it's this way. So always start this way, 7. I call this a 7. So ready to pull some arrows? But before we go there, I want to see how much you all can pull. Okay, be careful Get this one test only. See how heavy is the bow. Don't pull. You can pull but don't let go ever. So this one higher. 7. 8. Okay, very good. Like this. So this one hold the grip. Okay, ready? I want to see whether you can pull but don't let go, okay? So ready? Pull. Very good. And then come forward. That's 1. So shall we try 5 times? So ready? This is 1. No, you're on your own. Don't let go. Pull. Pull some more. All the way until your cheeks. Okay, lagi. Very good.
Very good, Azimah. Bravo!
5. Very good. Last one. Okay, well done.
Well done. So, Azimah, did you feel happy that your dream to take a lesson in archery finally came true?
Of course! Thank you! Do you know that you can show your support for the Ask You About Wellness podcast by shopping at our online shop?
Before we end segment 1, we'd like to invite you once again to check out Astrovelo Shop, apparel for women and kids in America at https://astrovelo.shop.social. Free shipping for delivery in the USA for any orders above $59.
Stay tuned to segment 1 in the next episode.
And listen to stories of trust, respect, acceptance, integrity, love, and social responsibility.
Coming up next,
in the second segment of the podcast, we'll learn about productivity and the 9 dimensions of wellness: physical, emotional, environmental, spiritual, social, intellectual, mental, occupational, and financial wellness.
So we can survive and thrive in this unpredictable world.
welcome back to segment 2 of the show.
Today is the second part of the occupational wellness with
Miss Faridah Jamal from Singapore.
Woohoo! Hello, Miss Faridah.
Hello world. Thank you for inviting me.
Hey, Azimah. What's the next question for Miss Faridah, the Angklung Queen of Singapore?
Question 2A. Which of the 9 dimensions of wellness have the greatest impact on you?
Among the 9 dimensions of wellness, those that have the greatest impact on me are physical, emotional, intellectual, social, and cultural.
Question 2B. How does your passion for traditional musical instruments like angklung and other percussion promote wellness for you and your students?
Firstly, as an educator, I must be physically fit and be conscious of my health and fitness. This gives me the confidence to be present at every or almost every training session. Playing these instruments, in fact, any instrument, requires some level of physical fitness, agility, and adaptability.
How true that is.
Every session, I will apply the basic workouts that are relevant to their instrumental skills development. Within at least 2 months of learning any of these instruments, my students will be able to demonstrate some acceptable level of skills and adaptability.
Woohoo! Super!
Cultural wellness is the next arena and definitely a must in teaching and learning traditional music.
Ooh, that's something new that I learned today.
I share my knowledge and passion in my own Malay and Indonesian language, culture, history, and music, and explain the important nuances which identify that particular music or culture.
How exciting!
I also give my students the advantage of sharing their own ethnic culture and interests in other cultures and music to highlight the differences or similarities.
That's fantastic!
To find out more about Miss Faridah and her career as a performing artist, entrepreneur,
Stay tuned to the next episode! Woohoo!
we've now come to the end of the show today.
If you have enjoyed our show,
Like us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter!
At Astrowello, ASKTRIOWELLO.
send us your feedback.
To Syazana at astrowello.com. Visit our website at astrowello.com and subscribe to
Astro About Wellness Podcast.
Woohoo!